boys and girls. This is March. Well, specifically March 19th, 2025, episode 220. Pay no attention to the banner behind my I do have a solution. I have a chalkboard. Well, not really an actual board, but it's a chalk-like sheet of paper that I can put up there that it will be much easier to change, and I don't have to inhale Sharpie fumes. So it is National Backyard Day, boys. No better
Sharpie
time than now. What?
It's a little too far.
Can't reach.
Ooh.
What were you saying? I didn't hear you.
What was wrong with Sharpie fumes?
Oh, I don't know. Not the best. But needless to say, it's March. We've already got one buzzer beater. That was electric. First game, Alabama State, the Hornets, the Bees.
Could you ask for a better start to March Madness?
No. 2 Chainz is alma mater. 2 Chainz, Titty Boy. Alabama State.
Trap.
I'm telling you right now, dude.
He's in the trap.
He's in the trap. Oh, yes, they were. They're the Bees. They're the Hornets.
Hey, and they're playing Auburn. Did Auburn have trouble with teams from Alabama?
Hey, Alabama State, first team to win a postseason game in Alabama in a long time.
This year.
People tried to actually me right out of the gate with that, and they said, didn't Alabama go to the Final Four last year? It's like, damn it.
Yeah, but that was last year.
Exactly. So it's been a year at least since Alabama's won a playoff.
This year.
Oh, yes. Even better point. So those of you who can't see, I'm wearing the very prestigious new Millie Goats patch hat, rope hat. Those of you who are listening to this tomorrow morning or tonight, the contest is still open. I will put up a slide for that. Yes, Texas here. It's National Backyard Day, so Texas here, or Edge is here. I'm here. AK, G.U.Y.S here. Texas on the way. Yes, we just wrecked a Sharpie sponsorship email. Thank you.
That hat is absolute filth, too, by the way. I mean, I'm going to order 1,000 of them. That thing is dope.
I like a little bit boxier. So shout out to, I can't remember even where I got this, but we currently have Texas and Xavier going at it. Tex versus X. We'll get Texas thoughts on that soon. But let's start with this. Boys, I got a story. I've got 2 grocery store stories. I helped somebody. Well, before that, J-Vi, Edge, how we doing before we get into this?
Good. Just got back from a trip. Went into the office today. Had a good time.
That was an epic name, by the way, too.
Took my kid. Yeah, doing a commercial for a Porta-John company, and they recreated Tool Time. They called it Stool Time. It's hilarious.
Incredible, dude. Just incredible. We also appreciate all the new listeners that have, because we've seen the numbers on the podcast software, and things are going great. So we appreciate everybody who keeps tuning in to listen to our shenanigans. We've got an absolute treat for you to start. So I'm going to go story time here. Everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Before we get into March Madness. It's more like March Dadness right now. For one, I was parked outside the grocery store. Let's go nice story, and then we'll go hilarious. Art of
you park in the new parent parking though.
Yes, if you have children. It says parking with children. So yeah. Not new parents. It says parking with children. Yeah. Parking with small children.
That's new parents.
Okay, so that led me to this sweet lady who was having car trouble. So she's like, do you have jumper cables? Because I was pulled directly, hood to hood. And I was like, absolutely. Let me
put
my
truck.
Kids.
You don't back your truck in.
No, not there. It's too tight of a squeeze. So thank goodness I didn't, because she needed a jump. So I just thought to myself, hey, is the art of being able to jump somebody's car off lost? Because I feel like not a lot of guys our age could do it. Can everybody here jump a car off? I think that's the first question. So that just made me feel good, and it made me think, like, I hope the new age of people, dudes, girls, whatever, still
probably also. Go ahead.
Wouldn't that be a dying thing anyway with the more electric cars coming out?
I don't know, man. Do you still have to? Do you still have to jump a battery on an electric car?
I mean, I feel like they would be stealing your
Bigger battery.
juice.
It's true.
I feel like we're probably the last generation too that actually has jumper cables in their car.
I had them. Boom. She's like, "Do you have some?" I was like, "Kidding me?"
Kidding
On
me?
tap.
I got
Now,
2 kids.
The second part of the story. Yesterday.
Wait, was it successful? Did you jump her off?
Yeah, I jumped her off.
Okay.
Damn.
Off. Everything went well. Felt good. I was like, you know what? That's right.
AK said today. Good job.
Still people. You can still count on your fellow man.
Did you try to tell her a dad joke as you were jumping her off?
No, I do have a dad joke. I have a good one for tonight, though.
I would have said, I usually take people out to dinner before I turn you on.
Okay. The second part of the story before we get going into basketball. Boys, I was an athlete at one time. A pretty good one.
Long time.
False.
No, Tex. I still feel like I'm a pretty good athlete. I still feel like I got it. Reaction time's a little slow. But in this same grocery store, what just transpired, I think yesterday, was one of the most maddening 30 seconds of my life, and then one of the most hilarious 30 seconds of my life. So everybody knows my wife. She works in a grocery store, pharmacist. So I was able to obtain this footage.
She's a cashier. She's a cashier at the grocery store. Nothing wrong with that. She's a cashier.
She's gonna rip her head off whenever she hears that.
I was there once.
Kill you.
No shame.
Cashier. Nothing wrong with the cashier.
So we were able to obtain footage of what transpired yesterday, and I have 2 different vantage points, and I've been withholding this from the guys, so not even they have seen this. I am checking out, and I have 2 bags, and I have a very small grocery cart, the one with the small basket on top and the small one on bottom. Elite, like quick in, quick out. I have my 2 kids with me. Little girl in the top cart, son walking right beside me. Boys, things can change in a matter of seconds. Let me just tell you what. I'm going to play the footage. I am strolling. I have paid for my groceries. I have taken a right toward the exit, where the exit is on my left to go out the automatic doors. This is what happened from then to there. Okay?
Okay.
So here I am. How do I get here?
Buddy, you put on weight. You look like Flaps.
Yeah, seriously. I thought that was Flaps there for a minute.
Well, now I got to figure out how to get to this. Oh, there it is. Okay, here it is. Let me play the footage. So I'm walking out, grab grocery bags in my hand. My son jumps to the front.
Oh, no.
He jumps to the front. Here comes the cavalry.
Are you kidding?
He jumps onto the front of the grocery cart and flips it forward. He flips the cart forward, and it hits me like right in the you-know-whats, and I see my daughter's face as she's flying away from me, getting launched towards the floor, and I like reach out to grab her, and the thing hits me where you know what, and I get absolutely pile drived, fall over the grocery cart, onto the floor. I get up. The lady's chasing me. You can see her right here chasing me. Like, are you okay? And I was like, I'm fine. I'm good. And I look back, and there's just orange or red stuff all over the floor. And I was like, oh, my gosh. Am I bleeding? Am I about to die? No, that was not the case. I'll play it again for you. That was not the case. It was hot sauce. But I was just like watch him. He sneaks out in front of me, jumps on the end, flips.
Oh, my goodness.
The wheel pops up and hits me right in the jaw.
He's fine. He's still standing.
He's fine. I was trying to. My daughter is the one that got catapulted across. Now I got another angle. Okay,
oh God, I'm crying.
I got another angle.
First successful tackle. I mean, go ahead and send that in America's Funniest Videos as well.
Oh my! I was so mad for like 30 seconds, and then I just started busting out laughing because I was like, "That was dumb," is what that was. Let me bring the second. Now we've got the second.
This is good. Better view.
Yeah, this is a good view here. So here we are again. I'm walking out. Son's right there to my right. Grocery bags in the right hand. Pushing my little girl in the cart. He swings around, jumps, flips the cart forward. I'm down over the front to
Dude.
the side, like,
Act like you
Oh,
met a
no.
backer in the hole before.
dude. It's not like it's. I was so worried about my daughter.
The best part is
Well, let's go ahead.
the best part is
Hold
whenever
on.
you fall, you don't even stand up. You have to like you're on your butt. Look at you all the way on your side. Like it's just
Yeah, that was the
then you get
most.
up like
That
a
was an
little man.
unathletic fall.
There's no spring to your step.
That was an
I fell to the
unathletic
right of
fall.
the
Unathletic
car
fall,
and
unathletic
just.
recovery.
Well,
Yeah.
what happened is
I'm
my
glad your
daughter's
daughter's
face.
okay. My
She
niece.
she like got thrown. So my first thought was like reach to grab her, and that just that set off a stream of events. Like,
But that's the first thing you did wrong though, is you didn't have a hand free. You know, there's 2 baskets in that golf cart, so those
That's
groceries
what
should
I'm
have been in
wondering.
one of those. Those groceries should have been in one of those baskets to have a hand free.
Agreed.
Mm.
Why are you carrying groceries and pushing a cart? Like,
she asked me to not put them in the cart. She said, "Get them out, dude."
Well,
I'm just strolling like
who
we're
did?
having the time of our life.
your
Like we're having a
daughter
great
or
time.
who?
Like we're just like we're all like we're talking and laughing and joking. And all of a sudden he pulls like he hits Tony Hawk kickflip in 64 and sends me
Hey.
Terry Tate office linebacker right just folded me over like a lawn chair right over the grocery cart.
But not our listeners might not know this, but I've heard a story quite a few times of you punting a football into Mr. CEO of Stats. You know what?
Oh,
So is this karma?
dude.
Is this
I don't
karma?
know. Nobody's even seen that. That's the first time. Now, shout out to my wife who obtained the footage because I was like, I've got to have that. I got to have that. I was like, it was a disaster. Hot sauce everywhere. Liquid deaths and hot sauce everywhere. It was like somebody with an affliction T-shirt got like with a pinata.
Guess you're
basically.
gonna go back to ordering the groceries.
Yeah, done. So we made it back today. The lady that saw it was like, "Are you okay? No cart?" And I was like, "No."
Traumatized.
Did you try to blame the cart? Were you blaming the cart? Was it the cart's fault?
No. I was just like, stuff happened fast. Like it happened too fast for me to react. That's all it was.
Yeah, I can
So-
tell. I can tell by how your posture in that video. You're not a grocery shopper.
What are you talking about?
You're not the
That's-
guy that goes shopping for groceries. You didn't have the
Dude,
right
I should-
cart.
No.
You didn't.
No.
You weren't carrying them out the correct way.
No.
You're a
Let those sugars ride to the
pull
car,
up.
man.
You're a pull up. Let the bad guy put them in the back of your car. Drive away.
That's BS, dude. That is BS. That's BS.
I
as
can
it
tell
gets.
that your wife does most of the grocery shopping.
Well, there's a different reason for that. She does like grocery pickup orders, but she won't let me go to the store alone anymore because I spend too much money.
Well, you also can't handle a cart either.
Yeah.
The kids wanted the little one.
She's worried about the safety of her kids. That's why she
Yeah.
wants to go to the store no more.
Never again. We're rocket ship at the Harris Teeter only from now on. Rocket ship. That thing's a tank.
Was she working when this happened?
Yes.
Was it clean up on a clean up at the
She
checkout?
probably heard it over the intercom. Like, what idiot?
She's
I
like,
texted her
gotta
as soon
see
as
what
I left. I said, you're gonna hear a story about somebody falling in front of the store. Just know it was me, and I need that tape as soon as you can get it.
That isn't. Hey, I will say though, that is a veteran move. Review the tape to know how to get better.
That's what you got to do.
Hey, and also those the shopping carts that are like got the race cars on them can do some great donuts in the store.
Dude,
Done that at plenty of times at the Ingles.
I got to go back to shopping cart Ed and we drive with one of those little student drivers on the buggy.
I'm still trying to figure out why you
Here.
don't have bags in the cart. Like that doesn't make any sense.
I thought
My daughter was like, "Get those out of here, Dad," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Okay, put him
That's
in the
when you
lower
make your
part.
son carry them.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Put him to work.
Dude, I walked out of that grocery store 5 million times like that.
Look,
It
I
only
thought I was
takes
watching
once.
an episode of Jackass right there.
Dude,
That's
was it
just
worth the
terrible.
wait? That's all I want to know.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was hilarious.
Okay.
Dude,
All right.
America's Funniest Videos right there. Send it in and get that 20
That's
grand.
what you have to submit that to him. Bimo said I passed any athletically ahead to his eldest. Bimo's been waiting. He's been waiting for the downfall. He says I don't have the same hands I used to. He's been waiting for this. I just couldn't
Wow.
believe it.
Bimo just down fell with the team that he's chosen to pull for now.
Oh, it's true. Yeah. So we've got March Madness, and we're gonna do some bracket talk here coming up.
Tex.
We're not what
On the hot seat right now. Xavier putting the X in Texas
can't spell Tex without X.
without
Xavier.
Xavier.
You even watching Tex?
Is there games on right now?
Yeah, dude, playing.
Oh my God, you Texas is playing.
I thought you said
What is
Texas
this?
back.
Look at what is that? You got a paper bracket? Is that a long ways bracket? Print it out horizontally like every other person in America, you weirdo.
I couldn't get it to do that for whatever reason. When you try and print it directly from the ESPN, it doesn't let you print it landscape. You can't even say it's landscape, you idiot. It's landscape.
Hot dog.
Okay?
He printed it hot dog.
You can't print it log ways. The log ways. You're so stupid.
There's two.
Like
there's
an adult
one
who
side of the
actually uses Microsoft Office. Let's go. Portrait landscape. But no, I couldn't get it to turn landscape. It wouldn't. It didn't give me the option.
Tex has one on. He has 4 pieces of paper. He just puts them all vertical.
Yeah, taped up on the wall or either a whiteboard.
Yeah, put it out on a trifold board because it can't. He's got a bracket.
I'm gonna have to hold it like this so I can read it.
We got Jack Sparrow here with his pirate scroll and his buried treasure bracket.
Is that a CVS receipt?
Put it on the 18.5 by 11.
I know there's playing games. I'm gonna have to turn that on. I know there's playing games today.
Texas is playing, dude.
I thought they were all on Tuesday.
I can't believe you're holding your bracket up. I can't get the
AK trying to turn the joke around so we're not making fun of him anymore.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
it's a long way.
Speaking of which, Mama Kay has chimed in the comments and said it must be a family affair of jumping in front of shopping carts.
I can't get myself together. I just didn't expect you to pull it up and look at it like that.
Wait, I need answers, Mama Kay. You just left at that point. Did you leave the kids on the floor?
Oh gosh. Oh,
I'm hoping she means like she's done shopping. It's time to go home.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, hey, y'all kids figure it out.
Oh my gosh! I forgot to hit the go live on Instagram. Whoops! Oh my gosh! Emo said he's reading his bracket like 4 scores.
Oh Lord!
He's the guy in that meme that I thought was Abe Lincoln, holding up his bracket, reading it. I can't believe
town hall meeting.
Okay. All right. What were we doing? We're to talk March Madness, and then we're gonna get into golf at the end, and we got some headlines, and we're all over the place because we had to reshuffle it. The order. Oh my gosh, dude, that was a good.
Because
laugh.
AK asked the group how he thought we should do the show, and some of us gave advice, and he completely did the show how he wanted to do the show.
No. I was looking for advice. I was like, we have a logo that has a golfing goat. Like we have to. We talk golf. That's what we do. We can do it at the end. All right.
I tried to recreate the logo for a football one.
Oh yeah, I got to talk to my guy about that. Okay, so this hat that's on your screen, you can't see if you're listening to the podcast. Go to our Twitter page or our Instagram page. Find the link that has the contest entry. We have 80 people that have already joined this thing, and you're going to play for a Millie Goats hat, the one that I am wearing. So winner gets that. Plus, we're going to have a sponsorship that I'm trying to work on. I've already reached out to Chili's. They said no. Don't ask me why I thought Chili's. I've reached out to Yeti. I've reached out to Academy Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Sargento Cheese has been reached out to. Well, I guess I could reach out to Arctic.
If Yeti says no, go to Arctic and be like, in your face, Yeti.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, we'll be an Arctic podcast. And I've reached out to Bojangles because they sponsored Bussin' with the Boys. They're not even from North Carolina. They have no idea what Bojangles is, honestly. So we got, and there's been an anonymous Also, an anonymous person that has reached out via DM that has said we will offer a cash prize for this.
What?
So things are working for this tournament bracket challenge. So get in there. It's in the comments of the show and the podcast. So you'll get a sweet hat.
And who we're still mad at is Pit Viper. I mean, come on.
Dude, those guys. They said that they dropped a funny tweet and I got them good. They said, if you're wearing 2.0s and I'm wearing 2.0s, who's flying the plane? And I just said, you're not flying a plane, you're riding a bald eagle. Duh. Like, what are you doing?
Ooh.
And they,
I guess you didn't see my message back to them.
We got to get them.
We'll get it later. Let's go.
Get it. Yes. All right. So go join the bracket. Let's get right into it. This is the TV schedule. You can't really see it, but that's okay. Shout out to Lamont Enthusiast. I mean, this schedule right here, boys. Look at this.
Ooh-wee.
I mean, starting at the crack of noon tomorrow, layered every 35 minutes just about. There's just basketball game after basketball game after basketball game for 12 straight hours. Screenshot it if you'd like.
I know. I got to tell you
this
too,
here is why I pay the extra for the Paramount Premium for a few months.
What do you watch your TV long ways too, like a Wendy's menu?
Yep. It's called page. It's called page view. And if you turn like it's called page view. Let's educate. Time to educate. We listen and we don't judge. We listen and we don't judge. AK doesn't know. AK doesn't know anything about how to orient screens or what it's called. We listen and we don't judge.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 16 games tomorrow, boys. Who's got the 16-legger? Tex? Who's got the 16-legger?
I got to put
16 games. Ooh,
tomorrow, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I got my wife
I'll
too.
put one tomorrow.
Okay.
You know, I've been gone a lot lately. So, we both thought it was a good idea that when I get back, I'm back for a few days now, to keep the kids at home. I was like, I told her, I said, maybe I should give them each individual time. Keep one kid home one day, keep another kid home the other day. So she was like, why don't you do Thursday and Friday? And I was like, why don't I do one on Wednesday and I'll do one on Friday? So that leaves my Thursday wide open. So I can sit on the couch and watch this with not interrupted. I did tell her I was going to get stuff done. So between 7 a.m. and 12:05, 12:07, whatever it is.
Boy's going to be on it.
That's right.
Vacuuming, mopping.
Yep.
I love that you can be like,
the
once the news starts,
dishwasher.
like, I tried, but the game was on, and it's like there's 4 games. There's
I know.
Oh my gosh, dude.
CBS gotta have the quad box for this. Gotta have the quad box.
There's this thing on DirecTV too where they do it's just March Madness Zone where it's just 4 screens. It's the quad box basically, but it doesn't
YouTube
buffer
TV quad box.
YouTube TV going to charge
I'm gonna
more
go
than
grab.
DirecTV.
I'm gonna go grab my remote and turn the air conditioning on because it's like 85
Probably
degrees
use your
in this
remote
house.
sideways. All right,
sweating the Texas game out.
Here's some fun facts about March Madness. Here's how each higher seed has fared in the round of 64. 1 versus 16, 22 and 2. We're not going to go through all of them. They're there on your screen. 8 versus 9 is 8 and 16. That was interesting. 6 and 11 is tied. 6 versus 11 seed is 50%. 7 versus 10, pretty good. But you can all look at that for themselves. I thought that was anything stick out to you guys there?
6 versus 11's like the SEC.
That's their conference record, 6 and 11, that they let them in with, Oklahoma and Texas. So, but anyways, this was a fun stat. The ACC just got 4 of its 18 teams in the NCAA tournament this season, which is 22.2%, the lowest percentage for the ACC since the tournament began in 1979. Previous low was 1979 when the ACC got 2 of 7 teams. Conference's lowest total since 2013. This is what they want you to believe, ladies and gentlemen. If the ACC's down, the ACC stinks. We got all these SEC schools in. It's the conference of whatever. False. Because I followed that up with an absolute beauty from our guy JBR Bracketology. This graphic right here tells you when you head into March Madness, which leagues actually overperform relative to the number of bids and seed lines, and which leagues underperform. ACC has been by far the best, while the SEC has ironically been the worst. These are numbers. These are facts. These are stats. These are not things we made up. This is our trusted bracket insider. We couldn't work out where he would get him on the show, but we did communicate quite often. The ACC has a net change 85%, or percentage change of 85% over the bids and their expected wins. So the actual wins, they had 33, so they were 16 over their expected wins. That's nuts. Whereas the SEC got 22 bids in the 2022, 2023, 2024. Their expected wins were 30, and their actual wins were 22. So they have a minus 8.5, negative 28%. They are the worst at the tournament. So they don't play in the playoffs, and everybody has to play, right?
Don't play nobody, Paul.
Ain't played nobody, Paul. They get there and they go 6-10 and then lose. So, anyways, I thought that was an awesome stat.
How about the American stat? Go ahead and bet American. Jeez.
Dude, always bet America. I also thought it was funny when I was doing all this mascot stuff. Any team that's like American University or Liberty University, their mascot is automatically a bald eagle. Every time, which I find pretty cool. So,
Liberty is the Eagles?
They're the Flames, but their mascot's an eagle.
That's like Iowa State is the Cyclones and their mascot's a bird.
Yep. There's other ones like that too.
There's
the Aggies, Utah State. Utah State's Aggies, and their mascot is a bull.
A bull?
Bull.
North Carolina too.
Yeah, they're a foot. And their mascot's a ram.
There you go. Look, there you go. Oh, yeah, BMO, any UNC haters still around? Wow, yeah.
Hey, I got something for you, BMO.
Yep. You're looking at 4 of them right now.
All right, so that's another fun stat. And here's a little Rick Pitino stat from Butchergross. These are all the places that they went, Boston, Providence, Kentucky, Louisville, Iona, and then St. John's. It just shows the progression of the season before Rick Pitino. Everybody had a losing record. First season with Pitino, they all had a winning record or at least 500. And then the second season with Pitino, all of them were like 16 games over 500.
I saw him. Honestly, I can't remember who it was with, but I saw a clip of him talking about recruiting and the transfer portal. And he said that he's using his time coaching in Europe because the longest anybody plays on a team in Europe is 2 years. So he's going back to his time coaching there, and he doesn't recruit high school kids because the probability of them being on their team after the second season is very low. So he's going to get guys that have already played college ball and have developed a little bit to come in and just plug them into his system. So looking at that, and you look at what we established last year, senior-led teams go further in the offs. Just saying.
I put out a tweet. I was like, I sent it last year. Nobody said anything. I was like, can somebody look up who's the most senior-laden team? Nothing. And then I just did it again. Because I wanted to figure it out. Like, who has the most seniors? That's what I want to know. But we've got the mascot angle for those of you sticking around. So I don't know what's next in this March Madness slideshow that we have. So I'm just going to hit the button. Oh, all right. So we're going to go ahead straight into March Madness Final Four predictions. Tex, your bracket screen is up first. On there, we came up with our Final Four and then a thruster, which is I don't even know what it means. Means they're going to hyperdrive through the tournament because they've got a good seed or whatever. And then we got a buster who's going to wreck everybody's bracket. So we got the Final Four, thrusters, and busters. Tex, you're up first.
All right. This is based off of all the research that I did, which was all the basketball that I watched before this.
Vertically.
So this is a lot. Yeah, this is a lot. So I'm going from the East, St. Mary's. I think they got the easiest path, with the exception of Duke in the Elite Eight, but I don't think that Duke is going to have the juice. I don't think they're going to have the juice. Duke, that is.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cooper Flagg's be playing hurt. Not going to have the juice. They beat St. John's twice in the regular season. So, just lost to him in the championship. So, I'm thinking they're going to be the thruster that burns their way through that bracket also. In the Midwest, I've got Houston because looking at that bracket, the only team that's going to give them any kind of trouble is Tennessee in the Elite Eight.
And we just showed you that that SEC stinks in the tournament.
Mm-hmm. So I got in the West, I've got UConn being my buster, taking it all the way to the Elite Eight, but losing to St. John's so that they make it to the Final Four. Rick Pitino's got those boys running. Yep, but I think that I actually have also Colorado State making it to the Elite Eight as well and playing UConn. So maybe I should put them as my buster, but I just don't think they're going to make it as far as St. Mary's.
You're drinking the national title Kool-Aid, so you're saying Florida's going to lose.
Yeah, I'm saying Florida's going to lose for sure. They're going to lose to UConn.
Yeah. Florida just won the SEC.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you. UConn's the most dangerous team in this tournament.
Three-peat.
Somebody bookmark that.
The UConn Busties?
So tomorrow, because isn't Oklahoma losing their coach?
It's going to get us in a wrong algorithm.
I don't know.
No.
What?
I don't know either. I thought he was leaving. I don't know. And then in the South,
BBW Con.
Yeah. I've got Auburn covered from the South. Also in that bracket, I've got Marquette going all the way to the Elite Eight as well.
Ooh, Steve McCormick is absolutely calling you out, dude.
Yeah. So
Tex can't call him the Longhorns anymore. He has to call him the Tall Horns because of how he holds his paper.
That's right. Tall Horns. All right. That's mine.
Vertical horns. not the horizontal.
Lots of basketball watched. Ready to go. All right.
All right. Tex. We're gonna find out. Maybe you'll win this hat.
Maybe.
Dylon is next. Dylon.
You have to do it in a Dylon voice, first of all.
Who wants to do Dylon?
I'll do it. All right, guys. So, I gotta look at my paper here. From the Midwest, I've got Houston, University of Houston. They looked really good all year. I didn't watch any basketball, but they score a lot of points, and they wear red, and I like the color red, so I picked red. Houston. Okay, and I liked also the color red for Louisville. I'm guessing I'm pretty sure that's the Louisville.
Yeah. Louisville, the 8 seed.
It could be Ball State, dude.
Could be. You don't never know. You never know. You never know. So I got another red team in there, and also like the juxtaposition of blue against red. So I like Memphis, and the mascot is a tiger. So I put the blue tiger in there because I thought it was beautiful. It's a beautiful shade of blue. And then I've got Duke because they're also a beautiful shade of royal blue. And that's how I came to my decisions on who was going to win because it's red versus blue, just like Halo.
Pokemon Circuit 2001 Pokemon. Red and blue, the originals. Pokemon.
The originals. Tasty.
Drake is the thruster and Purdue is the buster.
I know he picked the
Mhm.
thruster Drake because of what it looks like that dog is doing to the D.
I was thinking
Oh,
that
yeah.
when I was debating saying it.
But this is so
He's
typical
about to dominate the
Dylon.
D.
This is so typical Dylon picking a buster who's supposed to bust everybody's bracket by upsetting teams. He picks a 4 seed. Purdue is a 4 seed.
It's classic dialogue.
That's like him picking a golfer that's, above 7,000.
And then going, oh, I didn't know the rules. I didn't know the rules, guys. Sorry, I didn't know
And
the
he
rule.
obviously doesn't watch any basketball because Memphis, who is a 5 seed, missing their 2 best players and is an underdog to the 12 seed.
Dylon, he picked him by the colors. He picked him by the colors.
Who's Memphis playing? Hold on, I got it right here. In my longitudinal bracket, my landscape bracket.
Your
Colorado
landscape,
State, right? Who Tex picked to go to the Elite 8.
Oh, so it's Tex versus Dylon.
How do you not?
Wait,
He picked.
what are the betting odds in that game? I haven't even looked at that.
Memphis is
Memphis,
3.5
State?
point underdog.
Oh, so Colorado State's favorites.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
no dialogue bracket. He should have put Memphis as your buster because it's about to bust your bracket.
And he picked an 8 seed to make it to the Final Four, and that's not his buster.
Does he know ball?
No.
I should have put Ball State right there because he doesn't know Ball State either. All right, who's next? Edge, give us your Final Four, your thruster, and your buster for the tournament.
Oh boy! Well,
Nobody
first
still
of all,
knows what a thruster is.
I'm just gonna go ahead and let you know, or let everybody know that I picked the majority of the schools because of either parties, party school, because I haven't watched one basketball game this entire season. Probably won't even watch any of this whole March Madness unless I actually get the Final Four in, and I'm like, okay, it's time to watch it. However,
locked in.
Yep, then I'll lock it in. I'm gonna go with the Final Four being Louisville and Kansas, and Duke and Clemson. Obviously, Clemson's going to win all out. And what did I have in there? I can't hardly see this crap right now. Bracket buster, only because of what G.U.Y.S said was Wofford. And I'm just putting my faith in him. Like it's not advice, but I'm just going for it.
It's South Carolina school.
Edge also likes Marquette.
Yep.
I love what Edge did here. He's taking the advice of our guy, bracketology, and going 3 ACC teams.
Yep.
Yep.
JBR bracketology says ACC is the best expected win rate or wins over expected rate. So,
so
is that because the conference went 500 against each other?
That was the SEC. That was the SEC.
Yeah. So, Tex, going back to you though, where you had
no.
One thing I did try to push a little forward though is you can't count out the Catholic schools. You got St. John's in, St. Mary's in. Those are always your sleepers. So, in the East Division, I got St. Mary's beating Bama.
Oh, they ain't played nobody, Paul.
And then St. Mary's gets stomped by Wisconsin, and then Duke gets stomps Wisconsin and moves on. So, yeah, that's just my little nugget for you.
You're saying Duke's a bigger party school than Wisconsin?
I don't know about party school because they're a bunch of geeks up there and nobody likes Dukies, but they are good at basketball. So
don't let the Clemson Paul hanging behind him. I think that's Clemson. It might be Sam Houston State Paul hanging behind his head. Fool you.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
You can parlay.
I'll spell it out for you if you can't read it right there. How about that?
Look, Edge is a diehard Clemson fan
since 2016.
If Clemson makes it to the Final Four, are you going to San Antonio?
Woo!
I doubt it. No.
What?
Dude, I can't. Dude, let me tell you a quick story real quick. So, my senior year at a great college in South Carolina that I won't name, I had to do a work study because I was a veteran. They were like, "Hey, your money's almost out. If you want to extend the rest of the school year, you got to do a federal grant work study." So I had to go to the school and be like, "Hey, what jobs do y'all have open?" Well, the basketball team had a job, and I'll just go ahead and say it: the Citadel's basketball team is terrible. Like we, like the rec league could probably play against these guys at that time. Love the guys.
100% chance of rain.
Hey, love the guys to death.
Hey,
They're great. They're great kids. They're great coaches. All that stuff. But part of my job was to watch film on basketball, and I looked at the coach and I said, "Dude, I got put in my senior year of basketball to foul people, and to this day, I hold the record for the most fouls and least minutes played. So you really want me to watch film and break it down for you?" And he goes, "Yes." And I said, "Okay." I've never want to watch basketball again because all I had to do is watch film after film after film. For a sport that you don't care about is torture. I'm telling you.
So that means heavy South Carolina teams. Are there only 2 in?
There's only 2 in.
Yep.
Wow. So you're saying, believe in South Carolina as a state, even though they put mustard in their barbecue sauce like a bunch of psychos.
Usually South Carolina, they are represented fairly well in the tournament for per capita. Usually we have Winthrop, College Charleston, either Wofford or Furman, South Carolina or Clemson. Usually, sometimes both.
I saw
usually
the Panthers.
South Carolina has 4 or 5 teams in there.
The Panthers put out hey, good luck to all our teams in the Carolinas, and it was just like 2 South Carolina teams.
I'm sure people were.
You
don't even like South Carolina anymore.
B. McCormick says his bracket buster is Yale.
Hey,
you know what I love about that matchup? It's Texas A&M and Yale. Don't Texas A&M do like the Rebel Yale and they're playing Yale? Yale, yeah. I don't know.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it was. J-Vi, let's move on.
And even if they do beat the Aggies, Michigan's going to beat them. So, anyways.
I don't know East, West, Midwest, whatever. But after hearing the Rick Pitino
Let's go, dude. Let's go.
I'm going St. John's. I believe.
That's the West. That's the West.
Hey, I haven't seen St. John's play a single game all year, but I'm believing in him. He's the best coach in the tournament. I got faith in him.
Okay.
Bruce Pearl is also a good coach. Auburn's up and down, but I think Auburn is going to benefit from their bracket not being too difficult.
That's the South.
Coming out of the South. That's the South.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Duke has been solid all year. I think they can get by the first 2 rounds with Flag or whatever the hell his name is, playing limited minutes. Save him for the second weekend of the tournament. Good to go with his high ankle sprain. Clemson's a gritty team. Clemson is a gritty team. They absolutely destroyed Duke when they played them. I think I haven't watched a ton of Clemson games, but being from there, I follow a bunch of people that cheers for Clemson and
that's the people you want to use to pick your bracket, dude. The fans.
As much as many times as they've tried to fire Brunel the past 15 years, they say that every game Clemson's lost this year is because of the referees. So I think with good referees in the tournament, Clemson is going to go far. So I'm picking Clemson 5 seed as my thruster to go through the tournament because I
say it with your pelvis.
I think Clemson's a physical team. I don't think Houston is a physical team. Houston's going to want to run and gun. Clemson's going to slow it down. They're going to play defense because that's what Brunel's known for is defense. Mm-hmm. Defense wins championships in the tournament. Clemson's going to beat Houston and roll that division. My buster, and I think they're peaking at the right time. Again, haven't watched any basketball, but I know they should have won the ACC tournament if the refs didn't screw them. And the way I saw the score last night, they won by 30 points. I think UNC makes it to the Sweet 16.
You're all in. You're all in on the Kool-Aid.
I'm all in to the Sweet 16.
Okay. You have going all the way.
Who do you got winning it all
out? St. John's. I have St. John's beating Clemson.
Dude, come on, man. I was backing you there for a while, and then you just blew it like that.
It's me, your boy, a.k.a. March Madness Final
We
Four.
believe in the ACC.
I do. Honestly, I believe in former ACC teams too. I got Duke coming out of the East. I did my bracket, and I got Auburn coming out of the South. I'm believing. I believe it. Everybody's telling me Auburn's they're falling at the wrong time. They've lost like 3 of their last 4. I don't care.
They're the number 1 seed.
Out of the West, I have who is that? Maryland. I have Maryland, the 4 seed, make it to the Final Four because they play Grand Canyon, who I wanted to pick for the upset, and I was like, nope, I don't believe in the Lopes this year. I believed in them last year. You got to ride them while they're hot. Then they're going to get either Memphis or Colorado State. Maryland can win that game. Florida versus UConn. I think Maryland can beat Florida. I think that's where I had them beating them. And then all they got to do is beat St. John's or, somebody down there on the bottom half of the bracket. So I think Maryland, I'm going SVP right here. Okay, so I got Duke, Maryland, Auburn. Then I'm going over to the Midwest. And I think of the 1 seeds, Houston's the weakest. They always lose in the tournament anyways. And then if they get to win, Purdue sucks. I don't trust Purdue. They're going to lose. They always do. They stink.
Yeah.
It's Purdue in March. Just pencil them in to lose to a really low seed. That's what they do. So they'll get High Point the next round. Clemson will. And then they're all the way into the Sweet 16 and got to play, Gonzaga, Georgia, or Houston. Are you kidding me? Clemson can win that game. No problem. Then you're looking at the Elite 8. I don't know who's going to come out of the bottom there, but I don't know. Illinois maybe, but that's who I got. So my thruster, I was looking at this. What were you going to say?
It's going to be Tennessee versus Kentucky.
No, not a chance. The SEC sucks in the tournament. We've already shown you that.
There's like 6 teams in that one side.
I was looking at this, and I'm like, man, there's a world where Texas Tech beats Wilmington, beats Drake or Missouri, beats St. John's, and is sitting there in the Elite 8 to play whoever comes out of the top.
It's going to be UConn. I think UConn's going to be.
What?
I got Maryland losing to UConn.
Texas over there, Shannon Sharpen himself. Wait, didn't you have UConn?
He had UConn as his thruster, our buster.
My buster, this is going to wreck everybody's bracket. This is solely based off of me last weekend watching one championship game of the Bryant Bulldogs and watching 2 players being like, those guys are really good at basketball. And that's the Bryant Bulldogs beating the Michigan State Spartans because everybody's all in on the Izzo March Izzo, whatever. I think they're going to go down there, and I think they're going to beat them.
Izzo's been trash for the last couple marches.
He
had a long run where if you stayed 4 years at Michigan State, you would have made it to a Final Four. That has ended.
It's over.
Once that ends, you're starting over. You build a new legacy.
J-Bob, breaking news today.
Oh,
You're talking about a basketball coach always flirting with getting fired and, on the hot seat. Set to receive a 6-year contract extension.
I'm telling you.
who?
For 15 years, I've been watching people online, social media, questioning how Brad Brunell is still the coach at Clemson.
Yep.
Around year 7, 8, I was buying that Kool-Aid. But hey, if you build it, they will come.
Like Edge came in 2016 to Clemson.
Speaking of contracts and shambles, West Virginia.
Ooh.
Got screwed out of the tournament. Is now suing the NCAA.
Which is dumb because it's not going to do anything, but you have to respect to them because
except for waste your money because NCAA is just going to make you spend your money till you can't afford it anymore.
You thought you were being a hero, and then your coach just left anyways.
And then the coach leaves. That's 3. Things happen in 3, which means 3-peat for UConn.
Ooh, okay. That was a good segue. Here's the bracket. Oh, hold on, Tex. Do you want me to turn it for you so you can read it?
Tex is about to turn his computer.
Yep.
So there it is.
You can't read it this way.
So what we've No, you're right. You can't. I don't know what we're doing. So we broke. This is what I did last year, boys. We broke this thing down by region to animals. I wrote everything out. I sat outside today. Kids and I were doing a picnic, and I just started writing down mascots and animals.
Jeez, dude, way to be present during your kid's picnic. I mean, what are you doing?
What I couldn't ask him like, hey, do you know what's a bulldog? What kind of animal is that? Oh, it's a dog. Okay, we were learning. So
It's actually why he was icing his groin and his knee.
Yeah. So I got a freaking shopping cart to the loins yesterday.
AK's on IR.
We had a water balloon fight too. That was awesome. So in the South region, here's basically what all this means. It boils down to there are 20 unique mascots this year, which is up from last year where I think there were only 17. So the human mascots, there are 12 total. There are 11 dog mascots. There are 10 cat mascots, and there are 10 bird mascots. There's 3 bear mascots, 3 ram mascots, 3 bull or bison, and 2 reptiles. So basically what this means is how can we use this to predict winners? We're going to give you some pointers here. The South is pretty evenly distributed between all the mascots. I told you the West was like the mascot. That was the mascot king. They got all kinds of unique mascots in there. They got a gator. They got an antelope. They got a turtle. They got a pig. They got a bear. They got all kinds of stuff in there. The East is the human bracket where they have dukes in there. They got the Gales, the Colonels, all these human mascots. And then the Midwest was the cat mascot.
A gale's like a wind.
Well, not if you look it up on the internet, dude.
Gale force winds.
If you type it in. And then the Midwest is the cat. That's the cat. That's for all you cat people.
Cat daddy.
We had 2 cougars matching up, and we had 2 bulldogs matching up in the Midwest. That's what those top 2 are up there. So a lot of cats there. But basically, what does this mean? What can we use it for? Well, I'm going to show you. So we have last year.
Did you do this thing where instead of wait a minute? Did you do the thing where it was basically you were going through and it's like it's not the actual mascot on the shirt, it's the mascot that's walking around on the sidelines?
Yes.
Okay. So instead of Miami being the Hurricanes, it was a bird.
Ibises. That's what I did for Iowa State. Same thing with the Volunteers, the Tennessee Volunteers, the Illini. They're a bird. They're a kingfisher for some reason. So I could, but anyways, here's last year's, and we can see that the Bulldog once again was the number one mascot, had the most mascots, guys. So this was the round of 32 from last year. What
Props
this means
to you for actually keeping a sheet of paper for over a year.
Yes, I kept it in. I have my bracket binder. I keep this stuff, dude. I got everything. Someday they're going to be like, wow, where did you guys come up with all this great stuff, these great ideas? And I can be like, you know what, Pat McAfee, since you've been trying to steal our stuff, it's right here in this notepad that I write down on. 7 dogs made it to the round of 32, 6 cats, 5 birds, 5 humans. Uniques, not good. Not good in the round of 32. So just know that when you're trying to put together your less than 50% of them made it. The Bears, 100% mascot, anyone with a bear or a bull, that's who you want to bet on in this first round. Winless mascots, reptiles. Last year.
Oh, okay. No Gators.
Gators, turtle. Well, that sucks because I had Maryland going all the way. Whoops. I should have looked at the data. Let's take it a step.
In my head, I'm thinking like, when the day comes for AK to no longer be with us and his kids have to go through all his crap, they're going to be like, what is this? I wonder what all this data means. And nobody's going to be able to figure out because it literally means nothing.
Manifesto. No, we're going to put it together. Look.
This is literally an insight of what goes on in his head right now. Because he's calling mascots unique when there's really nothing unique about it.
They are unique. Look at that, dude. There's an antelope and a kangaroo. They're unique because there's not another one.
That's right. I get it. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but it's not unique. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Unique. Okay, so what we take away, if you're thinking about Sweet 16, if you want to get to Saturday and Sunday, birds and dogs are very resilient in this tournament. Okay, so when you see a bird and you're looking on the sheet and you're like, oh no, what do I do? Pick a bird or a dog. Flip a coin, one or the other. If a bird's playing a dog, then you're good. Bird dogs. Uniques don't do well. Humans don't do well. They fall really fast. It's usually the unique ones are like they're your Grand Canyons or your zips or your, the antelopes or the kangaroos or whatever, something ridiculous. So stick to the main animals, birds, dogs, cats. Those are the ones that are going to get you through. Okay, bulldogs, they fell really fast. So if you think you're like, I'm going to pick this bulldog, I'm going to pick 2 or 3 bulldogs to go the distance, don't do it. They didn't. Only one of them made it to the Sweet 16. So there you go. That's pretty much all that I have.
I would just like to say that all the data that you put up so far, it kept saying that Clemson's still going to win the whole championship, and I can't wait for today. Just so I will literally get on that night and make a show just to rub it in Texas' face how wrong he was.
Do it. Texas is blowing it right here, actually.
They are.
So, and this is what. Go ahead.
Well, you can finish.
Oh, I was just going to say 12 dogs were the most. This is last year. 2 dogs remain. So the challenge was if pick the one that has the most, that's your best chance of getting them to the Final Four. And the Bulldogs were out by the Sweet 16. So don't pick the Bulldog. You got to pick other dogs. And let that be a cautionary tale. The Georgias, the Yales, all the Bulldogs, get them out. Get them out by the Sweet 16. If you got a Bulldog in the Elite 8 or further, your bracket is screwed. So Elite 8, Final Four, 0 teams west of the Mississippi. Okay?
Ooh.
So if you got a Bulldog that's out west like Gonzaga, you're an idiot. Take them out. I don't care what Joe Lenardi says. The data doesn't lie right here. And at least one of each mascot, bird, dog, cat, human, unique, made the Elite 8. So get some variety in there. Stop with these people saying this is a deep, pick the ones. No, go to the mascots. What I also thought was fascinating is that no matter what, there's always the same amount so far of like humans, dogs, cats, and birds. They're very evenly distributed. So even to last year, almost identical numbers. Birds, dogs, cats, humans. Crazy.
Well, I got 2 things from this.
Go ahead.
Go back to the Final Four. You're talking about east of the Mississippi. I've been seeing a lot of the stat that there's not a team west of Texas that's won the national championship since 1997. And that was Arizona. And I don't know about before that, but I remember that team with Mike Bibby. But also, this year, there's only 7 teams in the tournament out of 68 that are west.
Whoa, really?
Texas. So you might as well just go ahead and mark that off the list of them not, making it.
Wow.
Secondly, I think we need to take this data and revisit our debates from the, few episodes before where we talked about, could you win a fight against a whatever? Or could you last 20 minutes with a whatever? And this determines, if one human, did any bears make it to the Final Four?
No, not last year. It was a dog, a human, an elephant, and another dog.
Did any rats? Did 100 rats make it? Nope.
I don't think there's a mascot with a rat on it.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
That's a good point. That's what you should do. Be like, could you?
Human and dogs are best friends because they're always the last 2 standing.
That's true. Dogs and man and dog's best man and man's best friend, the dog.
And the man let the dog win.
And Dog the Bounty Hunter, both best of both worlds. Secondly, if we just said, I'm going to drop you in one of these regions and you have to fend for yourself, how many of those animals do you think you could take? Right? Like say I drop you in the West where there's a gator, a Spartan, a husky, a horse, a tiger, so on and so forth. Do you think you could fight your way out? I guess you get all the animals. You think you could fight your way out of that?
What do I get?
You get a Millie Goats hat and a $25 gift card to Chili's.
Trip to the Final Four.
Ooh, I like that.
No, I'm just saying, is it like Hunger Games style? Does it get dropped out there and then like whatever's out there I just get to use? Or do I get to drop with like a loadout like Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Yeah,
AR-15 with the grenades. Let's go.
You have to get something. I don't know. This is spitballing here. We're not saying we got to come up with the idea yet, but next year we got to.
The real question, I think, is if we put up a map right now of the continental United States, would you, AK, know where the Mississippi River is? That would be the boundary line of what's west of the Mississippi.
I know it runs through Iowa and goes to Mississippi.
Oh, that's a good point. Could we ask you where each individual
does not run through Iowa?
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
And you
it
tell
runs
us.
alongside Iowa. It's not run through Iowa.
Yeah.
No. It actually doesn't run.
Could you
it runs through any state.
Could you point out Auburn, Alabama on the map?
Debatable. That has nothing to do with the mascots. It's not a geography.
Don't change the subject.
It's not you change the subject.
I think going back to what I just said about
Memphis, Tennessee?
Yeah, that's the western part
of what?
Tennessee.
I think though, like looking at this, I think it's kind of like the West is a bunch of misfits. You know, there's only 7 teams west of Texas in the tournament. No teams won it since '97 west of like the West is always every year. I don't know where to put this team. Just throw them in the West.
Yeah, true.
Just put them in the West.
They do have the best. They have the best. They got a great mascot region though.
Always be burning.
Thunderbirds, Seahawks.
I mean, I would say even the same vibe with the Midwest. I mean, look who you got in the Midwest Conference versus the South.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, the South and the East have to have the most national championships, right?
Yeah.
Gotta be.
I love it.
I thought it was like Kentucky has like 7 or 8. Duke has 3 or 4. UNC has 7. The only one out west that I know that's got a bunch of repeats is UCLA.
Oh yeah, UCLA. That was in like 70s. That doesn't count.
Yeah.
I just love this. I think it's awesome. I just love doing this, and then I love keeping up with it. I don't know why.
Who has the most seniors?
I don't know. I couldn't find it.
I couldn't either. I kept looking it up and just kept telling me who the best senior players were.
That's what we need to. We need to do that next year and just be like, look, this is combine that with this data that we're collecting.
It's going to get to the Elite Eight, and there's going to be 4 teams with 4 senior starters, and CBS is going to drop the graphic.
Yeah, halfway through the tournament, and they won't release the information. If anybody knows how to do that, please. Maybe we should just start doing it. And we'll be the senior center. We'll be the senior center. That's what we'll do. Millie Goats Senior Center. Okay. All right. Let's that's all anything else on March Madness? That was a long spirit. Well, that's what's going on. Talking about March Madness. All right, we're going to do I've mixed it up a little bit. So we got the water cooler debate first. And then we got Salute Your Sports, and then we'll finish with some golf.
Let's. We don't need to do all that.
Told you, dude.
Let's just do golf. Let's just do golf.
We gave him options, and he does it how he wants.
No, let's just do golf.
Do you want to do the headlines or no?
No. Just do golf.
Okay. See, once again. Once again, Tex knows he's about to get his butt kicked in the water cooler debate. And he's like, nope, don't want no part of it.
Well, I will put up the winner for last time. So in your face, everybody. Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh, my gosh.
Absolutely ran the score up in the Go Type of Saw. Wasn't even close.
That's because our listeners don't have kids.
This is the last one first one I've won in a long time. Go Type of Saw, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. You just look. I knew that we had a large wrestling following. So
apparently, all of our listeners have a bunch of soft hands too that doesn't know how to work with her.
All right, got man hands.
Well, let's at least salute this guy for coming up with this awesome graphic where he did an "I'm coming home" post.
Yes,
the gym teacher.
Love that.
Just absolutely spectacular. So shout out to this guy.
Middle school gym teacher.
Yeah. He did a commitment graphic to become a middle school teacher or PE teacher back at his hometown.
Now the question is like, did this guy go to college and graduate? And he's like, hey, I'm coming home, or did he like go overseas and try to play in like the G League or something and come back and say, I'm coming home?
Major Kenny Powers vibes, and I love it.
Because if he went to college, he's like, hey, by the way, I tried it, it ain't working out. I'm coming home. That's the ultimate classic right there.
I love it, dude.
Hey, but I respect the hell out of that because he's going to be a middle school coach. That's probably one of the most thankless jobs.
Oh, I agree. I'm not hating on him. I just think it's hilarious that he put a skit together. Like, could you imagine one of us sitting there posting that on all our social media? Like, hey, we're coming home. We're going to be the coach. And everybody like, okay, you're still loser, Edge or Tex. Like, what are we talking about?
I'm like, dude, he's innovative right there. That changed the game right there. Cause now you're going to see all kinds of other people doing it. So I'm all about it. All right. What did you want to do? Because I had all this stuff lined up. So you got to tell me where you want to go then.
He wants to go straight to golf and not do a water cooler debate because he's mad.
And then what? And then what do we do?
Because I want to go to bed before midnight.
Well, what do you want to? So you want to do golf, and then what?
Let's do golf.
Okay.
And then, how dare you, or whatever it is we do tonight.
Okay.
And then here's golf.
So here's golf.
Give it a bed.
This is the first piece of golf. You said you wanted to do golf.
Yep.
Scotty Scheffler's Masters Champions Dinner menu was released.
Nice.
All the buzz. Cheeseburger sliders served Scotty style. I don't even know what that means. Fryer cracker shrimp. Sweet Thai chili with sriracha mayo. Those are probably really good. Papa Chef's meatball and ravioli bites. Hilarious because he cut his hand making ravioli. Texas style chili with cheddar cheese.
I'm still confused on this.
What?
How do you cut your hand making ravioli?
I don't know. Where's
when do you use a knife?
There's a ravioli cutter. Which
maybe you cut it with the little roller. The double-sided roller you use. It's got 2 wheels.
Mm-hmm.
A little pastry roller. One side's a sharp wheel, one side's the zigzag to make the edge.
I don't know. I'm not seeing it.
This is a lot of food. I mean, chili is not. I mean, these are all like very filling. And then you got a wood-fired cowboy ribeye steak or blackened redfish. Shout out Scheffler getting the old red drum there, baby. Let's go.
Mac and cheese.
He's got jalapenos.
Surf and turf.
I love it. And then a warm chocolate chip cookie skillet with vanilla bean ice cream. This is an elite. We should make this. Next time we all get together, we should just make this dinner. What do you think?
I'm extremely interested in these meatball ravioli bites.
Yeah. The shrimp too. I feel like what the shrimp just I'm with the shrimp. I love bang bang shrimp, but the fact that it's with the rest of this stuff just doesn't make. He's got like a cookout on there and then versions of a surf and turf and then like an Italian swim. I don't know what he's doing. He's got like a food court going on here.
He's got something for everybody.
Which is great. But there's just no I don't get it. It all sounds great though. Any other thoughts on this?
It's making me really hungry right now.
Yeah. Yep. This
The real question is, are you getting media passes just for the dinner?
we got meat. We got meat, dude. Or pass. The Valspar Championship is known for placing nicknames on the back of the caddy bibs. That is pretty cool. I can't remember when. I think it started in 2008, maybe. Don't quote me on that. But I know some of the golfers were polling Twitter on what they should put on the back of their bibs. So if I see any, I will be sure to put our name in the hat of, let's see if we can come up with something funny for some of these guys. So, anyways, we got a golf tournament, Valspar Championship, taking place in Florida at the Copperhead. Whoops, I turned it long ways for you, Tex. Look at that.
Yeah.
The guys, ladies and gentlemen, the guys are here. We're limping. We're limping like I was, just leaking hot sauce all over the front of the grocery store. 156 golfers to choose from. Top 65 in ties. $8.7 million purse. Copperhead, Innisbrook. Here are your 5 guys. We went 1 for 5 last week. Hubbs, Novak, and Lauer. All of our guys are playing. We are 12 of 24 thus far in the year with these picks. J.Vi, care to go first on why people should play?
So my guy is Quade Cummings.
All-time name.
It would be better if he was $6,900, but he is 68 this week. I have played. I don't know what kind of noise that was. It just came out of my throat. But I did play him a couple weeks ago, and he was almost my guy when I played him. But I chose another guy. I can't remember who it was, but I've played him before. He did play well then. I'm going back to him, Quade Cummings. I was gonna go Kevin Waugh at 7,100.
Good pick.
But I decided against it because I thought Quade Cummings' name was better, and I'm a name guy. I pick strictly off of names and how they've done in the last couple tournaments they've played. Quade Cummings, 68.
I love that. I've played some Quade Cummings before. I like that. Tex, tell us.
So I was looking at the Scotty Scheffler menu, and I saw shrimp on there. I got to think about putting shrimps on Barbies. So I was thinking about Australia. When I thought about Australia, I thought about Carl Phillips. Newcomer.
Right. Not
Newcomers.
Phillips.
Nope, Phillips.
That's right. A week on the lips, forever on the hips. That's what they say.
And he won the Puerto Rico Open a couple weeks ago. So
yeah, Mr. Voluptuous.
Shot a 64 to close it out.
From your lips to his ears.
Yep.
God's ears.
So I'm hoping he's riding that high.
Filippi Longstocking. Okay, I can stop. My guy, who is 6,900, is none other than our guy, Justin Lauer, riding the high of the players last week, making the cut because he absolutely sauced one on 17 green, shot of the century, shot of the day. He's playing some pretty good golf. He got some things ironed out over the weekend, and I'm looking for him to get the Lauer Ranger crew over the finish line and motivate the boys. That's what we need. Justin Lauer playing good golf right now. Put him in your lineups. Don't be scared.
He found it last week.
I'm telling you, he did. So I want to just vote it. I want to be like, we saw you, and we just know that we support you, and we're here. We're here for you, Justin Lauer, our guy. We got to have him back on to ask him about what Cleveland's doing. Because that would be awesome.
Ooh, buddy.
Yeah. Dylon gave you also Kevin Waugh, just like Butch P. Wow. Look at that. 7,100. They're telling you to play Kevin Waugh.
Are we sure it's Waugh?
I don't know. Probably not.
Roy. Kevin Roy. Gotta be Waugh.
So those are the guys. Screenshot them. Play them. Hopefully it goes better than last week. Anything else on golf, boys? Oh, Shout out Happy Gilmore 2 trailer.
Yes.
Haven't watched it
Legit.
yet, but I did see that it was out. And also the Masters commercial. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Masters commercial is awesome. 100%.
You know, Augusta got hit by Helene.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Pretty bad. Not as. I mean, I'm not gonna try and compare it to what happened in the mountains because it's different. You know, for Augusta, it's probably similar, but I don't know. I'm not gonna try to compare them. But they did get pretty hard, and Augusta National got hit pretty hard. So people are thinking that it's going to look kind of different. Probably won't show up on TV as well as it would if you're actually there, but people are expecting it to look different because a lot of the trees that got knocked down, I think it was in the 1,500 range of trees that got knocked down. You can't
really?
you can't just move. I mean, Augusta National can do whatever they want. They have the money to do it, but you can't move in trees that are as tall as the trees that were there. So they're expecting trees to be back, new trees planted, but not to.
You remember that one tree that fell and then they had it cleaned up over the commercial break?
Yeah.
That was crazy. I remember that.
It's wild, dude. It's wild how fast they clean stuff up there.
That was nuts. I'll never forget it. You're like, oh gosh, but tree down, and then they cut back from commercial. You're like, nothing happened. What are you talking about? That was a figment of your imagination. So yeah, those two things. How dare yous?
Oh
yeah. Sorry.
I'm in my own little world over here.
How dare you? How dare you? How dare me? How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you, sir? You're gross. How dare you?
How dare yous? Who wants to go first? J-Bye? I got mine. I'm ready to go.
I'll go first. My how dare you goes out to one of our own, one of our best friends, longtime listener, BMO.
Yes, get him.
How dare you, BMO, talk bad about the team that brought us all back together, got us started back on an annual guys trip for a bunch of guys that have 2 kids each, able to step away, act like we did back when we didn't know what we were doing, have good times, good laughs, good fun. How dare you just throw it all away to that team that gave us that. You could say it was a guy that gave us that. But the team, the Buffalo Bills, are the ones that gave us that guy for us to do that. So how dare you to BMO for just turning his back. You know, it's not about where you're at, it's where you're from. And that team gave us the opportunity to start back a tradition that will now carry on because we've already established it and our wives expect us to do it. But now we can go wherever we want.
Expect it.
How dare you, BMO?
That's BS. And BMO responds immediately, off year like a toxic ex. You know I'll be back. They too wild to leave alone forever. Stop trying to act like the Bills did that, dude. Let's go ahead and throw the shade on the Bills for releasing him. Why? Pay the man. It was a freak show.
They didn't.
How dare the Bills?
He asked for it.
I'm not gonna let you get away with that.
He asked for the release.
No.
Bills didn't want to
What?
cut
Are
him.
you gonna throw him under the bus? Whoa, dude.
He's not on my team anymore.
How dare Pat McAfee too for trying to get our guy? You shut up.
Still our jokes, still our material. Don't try to steal our guy.
That's our guy, and I know you know what you're doing because you would not have targeted him
if you didn't block us.
If you didn't know, but you know McAfee,
and he blocked us before he did it.
Oh,
but he was right on one thing.
I didn't even see what he said.
He does have a hammer.
Hey, can't confirm. Okay. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. I'm about to. How dare you? These coyotes that are outside. It sound like they're in my yard, and I'm about to go smoke as soon as this podcast is over. If they're still hanging around, like they are going nuts outside right now, and I'm like literally saying like as soon as this thing is over, I'm about to go grab something and make quite like work.
What's worse, the coyotes or your cicadas?
Dude, the cicadas. 17 years.
Yeah, 100% the cicadas are worse, but these coyotes won't last for another 30 minutes. I can promise you that.
How dare us for not having those glasses like the Texas head coach? Holy smokes, those are filth. Those things are outrageous, dude.
He looks like Arnold.
He looks like Dr. Robotnik. Okay. Tex, do you want to go or you want me to go?
How dare you guys for hating on Texas, playing in a basically hostile environment and not thinking they're going to win it tonight. Basically, home court advantage for Xavier.
Basically,
up 7 right now. 10 minutes to go.
I'm gonna how dare France. France,
dude, I can't even believe this.
How dare you? How dare you, France? I have no idea whether this is true or not, but I saw it on the internet. A French parliament member is demanding that the U.S. return the Statue of Liberty, claiming that America has lost its way and no longer stands for what the iconic sculpture represents. You shut your mouth, France.
Let's think about this realistically.
That was a gift.
Okay. If
That's
it wasn't for America, people in France right now would be speaking German.
That's what I saw a comment. It said if it wasn't for us, it'd be a German parliament.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, dude, every world war, the French and the Canadians jump both sides. They're like, "Oh, I'm on this side. I'm on this side. Yeah, whatever. Get out of here, dude. Don't come over here to your face." I guarantee you, if shit broke off right now, they'd be calling us. "Oh, can you help us again, please? We make bread and wine.
We have the same colors, red, white, and blue."
That guy on Despicable Me 4, the cockroach guy.
France.
Got him. He almost lost it all over the computer. But how dare you, France? That's ours. You don't do that. You don't come after Lady Liberty.
France has rats as cooks.
Who gives a gift and then takes it back?
The
Can't
French
do that.
Yeah.
Who's done that ever? Who's done that?
275 years later.
Indian givers.
Unbelievable. You can't have it.
I'm trying to figure out when this picture was taken.
I don't know. Come and take it. Come and take it.
Like, there's obviously no World Trade Centers, but there's not a world whatever the new building's called.
Oh, I don't know.
Do you even know where this is, AK?
It's New York City, baby.
What's
all he's saying? It's by the body of water.
Right, it's in Vegas, right? Anyways. All right, that was how dare you. Tex, I'm not going to let you get out of here before we talk about Coach Prime. I'm sorry. I wanted to hear what you have to say about Coach Prime.
I love this.
Is this not okay? So we're into other relevant sports news.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't have to play the salutes or anything, but this right here is worth talking about. Deion Sanders is trying to face another team for Colorado's spring game on ESPN2. Quote, "I would like to practice against someone for a few days. Then you have the spring game, and I think the public will be satisfied with that tremendously."
Mm-hmm.
Coach for Syracuse, the real orange team in the ACC.
Easy, dude.
Says, well, I mean, I didn't see Dabo quote tweet and say, "We'll come out to Boulder for 3 days."
Yeah, we will if they pay us.
What? This is football, dude. What does Clemson need money for? They've charged her.
Wait a second. Are you telling me? Are you honestly telling me right now that App State doesn't get paid to go play some football?
Not anymore. They won't play us.
Get the heck out of here, dude. All right, go on with Prime. Let's see what you got.
Go ahead, Tex. What do you think? What do you think of Coach Prime trying to make the spring game great again?
I think this is a great idea. And plus, It actually gives you a good look.
Tied.
I mean, because it's hard to really assess who is who and what they can do whenever you're playing internally all the time. So if you put them up against someone else, see what their real skill level is. Can they make adjustments? Because outside of spring, like an actual spring game, you got nothing. All summer, you got nothing. You got workouts, and you can kind of figure out, okay, who's going to come in here and really work hard and try and make things get better. But it's hard to make a game time assessment on what you got. Now, the NCAA needs to, like, once the transfer portal closes at the end of school or whatever, they need to let people transfer over the summer. But
yeah, they need to change. They need to change when the portal is anyway, because these teams that are making the playoffs are screwed. Even basketball, the portal opens for basketball like next week. So you're looking at AK's got the Buster Bryant. Bryant makes a run in the playoffs. Their coaches can't recruit in the portal. They're trying to coach for the game, and half their players are probably going to leave because now they've proven that they can play in a better conference. It's, I don't know. They need to change it all. But my suggestion on this is, if they do this, let's make it a 6-quarter game.
Ooh.
Starters can only play 2 quarters. So starters play the first half. Then you get all these other guys that you need tape on, or that you want to see what they got, in which the spring game proves they play 4 quarters. So you got the second string through the 4th or 5th string, however many players you got, playing a full game. But you also get a chance to see the starters, which makes it appealing for an ESPN, a Fox, because you're going to get to see, and the fans are going to get to see the starters play.
That is a great hot take. I like it. I like it a lot.
Here's what I think. We should have rankings for the spring games, which then affect your college football playoff ranking going into the season. Because that's what the SEC is going to try to do. If somebody else tries to make money, here comes the SEC. They said, nope, that spring game doesn't count because you weren't ranked, and we have to rank everything. Will ESPN want this? I don't know, because they're not part of the SEC, are they?
Yeah, ESPN owns the SEC. SEC Network is ESPN.
But I think that's what it's going to get to. Is they're going to be like, now kids are going to be announcing that they're sitting out spring games. That's what it'll lead to.
I think that's going to go with NIL.
About sitting out?
Sitting out. Yeah, I think it's going to go with NIL.
Gosh, I hope so.
Sitting out is going to get a lot harder to do when they're getting paid.
I saw that the NCAA
It'll probably be in the contracts. Can't sit out.
Yes, that's what they need to do. Damn it. I mean, you want your money, play. Fulfill your deal. So we need to start. Anyways.
Yeah, no more Cam Ward playing the bowl game just to get a record and then sitting out.
That was
when his team needed him, they could have come back and won that game.
Everything's turning into
The other guy did okay, but
it's all turning into travel ball. It's like, let me show you what I can do. Like, nobody's valuing winning anymore. It's all about me. Seriously. It's terrible.
It's a lot of Facebook.
Yeah. And travel baseball, primarily. That's where it all, and travel basketball, too. Travel ball, basically. Go back to Legion. CEO Stats said Legion's making a comeback, and I was like, that's awesome.
Dude, shout out Legion. That's great.
Legion's awesome. I love playing Legion ball. I didn't want to play, and then I played it, and I'm glad I did.
I remember going to Legion games.
Gosh, dude. It was phenomenal. All right. Anything else, boys? I don't have anything else.
Oh.
That was a fun episode. Let's might do some tournament recaps.
Or some live streams during.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there she is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Join the bracket. Join the bracket. Send out
the bracket.
Link. The link's where?
The link is actually in the show notes. It's in the show notes. So when you're listening to this, either podcast or watching it back, it is in the show description. Yep, it's on Twitter. We're already up. I don't even know how many we're up to now. It was close to 80.
It's a bunch. It's like 5 pages worth.
Yeah.
I was
we're-
clicking through it.
It's actually pretty cool because it's just a hat right now. And then we had, you didn't hear it earlier, but we got somebody that came in and said, "Hey, we'll offer a cash prize for it." I'm like, "What? Okay." By the way, Chili said no. That's okay though. Maybe they'll come back around. But shout out Chili's. Anything else?
I saw that message and I was dying laughing because
Why?
they said no. And you did the right thing. You were like, "Thanks for responding. We appreciate it." And they said, "You're welcome." And you two shade them. You said, "Till we meet again."
Chips and salsa.
Hey, dude.
I was laughing so hard.
You want to get a response, dude? Emails. I love sending emails like that and stuff. I'll tell you that right now. I do. Anyways, yeah, we're over 80 people now, so go join. You got a chance to win a hat that looks just like this. It's wearing on my head. Play some music. Let's get out of here.
Do good, be good. Go Bills.